Shalom, shalom, elect of the nation of Israel. It's your brother Qadar Shahan here coming at you with a real quick lesson. First things first, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakhakwadash, which in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew tongue is the correct name of the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, and the Holy Spirit. I'd like to give double honors to my teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which I learned this truth. I want to send sincere salutations to the brothers pushing this truth all across the four winds in truth and sincerity. Shalom, you brothers, and shalom to the Akim and Aqua who's listening, learning, and studying to show they self-approve. Shalom. Today I'm going to get into a quick little, I guess it's a testimony. But I had a dream, man, this morning. You know, right now it's 4:50 in the morning. You know, getting up to go to work. But I got woke up out of my sleep, man. Like, literally, like, right around the time that I gotta, you know, my alarm usually go off, but before. But I normally don't ever have dreams. And if I do, I don't remember them. But I had a dream today, man. It was, I don't know if it was a dream or a vision, man. It was about the MOTB. And it was crazy, man. It was crazy. And it felt so real. And what I got out of the dream, it's like, it's going to be quick. It's coming soon. And it's going to be like, everything's going to be the same. And then one day, it's going to be different. It's kind of what I got from it. But like how the dream went, it was like me and one of the brothers from the camp. We was chilling, going into the store, and I picked up a few things, and I made a joke. I was like, let me put my hand on this pad and scan it with my chip, and like, and I touched my hand to the pad, making a joke like, and then like the cash register lady looked like confused and wasn't like amused, but me and the brother was laughing like, yeah, man, I ain't doing that shit. And whoop, whoop. But then I took out my card and paid, and the lady was like, you ain't gonna be able to use that for too much longer. But the card worked. And then she actually like took her hand and put it to the pad and scanned it, and it actually, scanned. And I was looking like, what the? She actually really got making a joke, and she really got it in her hand, and that was the cashier. Then I was like, man, that's crazy. I'm trying to joke around, and she really got it. So I just grabbed my stuff, with the cart. Me and the brother started headed to the exit, and they was like, hey, you can't go that way. It's locked. And I was like, what? We can't go this way. And the exit right there. He's like, no, you got to go around and go back out that way the way you can. And I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck? And so I was like, man, let me just try it anyway. And it was locked. You couldn't go in it. We couldn't go out it. Like a bar there, like the whole store was changed different. Like it was like I went into that store the day before, and it was like how it was. And then whenever I came in there with the brother the next day, when I was making that joke and doing that at the register, the store had a whole different layout to it. And it was like the exits, you couldn't even go to the exits before. Like you got to go through this little metal bar gate. And like you couldn't go through it, and then if you hopped the gate, you still couldn't go out of the door because it was locked. And I was like, man, I tried it, and I was like, man, let me just see why we couldn't go out. But the reason was if you didn't have no chip, you couldn't scan out. So you couldn't even go out of the exit unless your hand was scannable. But I was like, man, what the hell? Then I started looking at the people that was paying, and people already had their chip. It was still some people with cards and cash, but like they was getting looked at funny for using them, especially the cash. Like cards, the people were still using, and they were like, all right, but you ain't gonna be able to use that long. But the cash, people was looking at real funny, like, man, what this about? Man, you still using cash? And then the next, like me and the brother, like when we got out of the store, because we had to walk all the way around and come out the way we came. And then me and the brother, we walked out like, man, let's do a short video on what we just saw, man. And that's the MOTB in full effect. It's already here up and running. And then like we did a quick video, and then we called our women, told them what we saw. I'm like, man, we just seen this at the store, man. then for some reason I was like, man, hey bro, let's go to this box company right here. I need some boxes. Then when I went up in the box company, me and the brother, like nobody was working. It was like they had like a little pizza party day. And it was like a big long line. Then there was people over there eating, you know, at the little tables, getting some snacks and stuff. And the lady, it was like a lady standing there monitoring the line, like the manager or something with her hands crossed. I'm like, what's going on? And she like shrugged her shoulder like, I don't know. But she was like, if you want some of that food back there, and you know, some cupcakes and candies and stuff, you can go get some. So me and the brother went back there, and then like when we started walking back there to the tables, we started seeing a long line, like, and people like long line coming from the break room. Then we looked through the break room, and it was like they had chipping tables, and people was getting like chips at work, and like they had like a chip day, like a little party day for them to get chipped at work. And I was like, what the? And the crazy part about it is, whenever we went to, me and the brother went to the table to get some snacks real quick, you know, because it was free. We seen people that was in the truth in the line, and I was like, "What?" I'm like, "Hey, bro, that's the MOTB. Like, you going to get the MOTB?" And they totally switched stance. I don't think it's spiritual no more. I think it's shit. I'm like, man, you said like, man, damn, like you switched up that quick. You was just preaching that hey, it's a physical mark, and then now you in the line to get the mark, and now you switching up saying it's not a physical. I'm like, boy. I shook my head and me and the brother just left. Oh yeah, it was people like whenever in the grocery store, whenever I did that joke, and like I was doing my hand and the lady scanned hers, and there was people scanning their hands afterwards. It was a spot like whenever you first go into the store, because we had to walk back around to like where we came in. It was a spot that they had a door open, and there was people getting shipped in there. I forgot to mention that. But it was weird, man. And then like as soon as me and the brother walked out of that little box company that had like a little chipping party, you know, me and him were walking and talking like, damn, that shit crazy. Like it was just, we didn't hear nothing on the TV. It wasn't nothing. It was just like all the businesses got the memo, but the citizens, they didn't even know. They was just following orders and going along because they jobs, and everybody was just saying, nah, we don't use cash, we're gonna stop using this, and they just started just getting it willingly. Like it was a willingly thing. Nobody was forced. People was just lined up, docile, drinking pops, and like just thinking it was normal. And like we was like on the way out, we were just walking to and we was listening to people's conversation. They was like, man, yeah, I'm reading the handbook they gave us with the chip, and so I guess they gave them a handbook with the chip to let them know what's going on. And people like, it's gonna just be temporary, and they just doing some new thing. It ain't gonna be like that, but not knowing. I'm like, man, these people are just not knowing that this is an MOTB, and they signing their death ticket, man. And there was only a few people who was willing not to get it. And they was like, you could see it, they knew what it was. And they were like, nah, I ain't gonna get it. And people was like, the next day people was just not buying stuff. People was just like, they was trying to buy stuff and just couldn't. And they'd just leave and walk out because they wasn't going for the chip. And I was like, there's only a certain few people that was doing that, but the masses was getting the chip. And I was like, man. Then I woke up and it was time for me to, you know, the alarm. Like I woke up like, damn, that shit was crazy. And that was real. I was like, man, that shit felt real. And I was like, man, I don't even have dreams. And then the alarm went off. I'm like, damn. So I had to get ready for work. But like I'm on the way to work now. And I was like, man, let me just do a quick little video on the dream that I had. But that shit, I don't even have dreams. And then that felt. What I got out of the dream is like, this shit's gonna come quick. It's gonna be like a thief in the night. Cause it's gonna be like, you're gonna be going to work one day or going to the store and it's irregular. And then the next day you're gonna go, they got a whole new system up. And the whole store layout is different. Everything got locks on it to where you can't, and scannable locks to where you can't get in or out unless you gotta scan through it. And man, I just had to make a video about this dream that I had, man. it was crazy, and it felt super real. And what I got out of it was, it's gonna be quick, man, and we're almost here. It's close. It's gonna be like man. One day you're gonna be regular, then the next day it's gonna be there. You're gonna see chipping stations and lines, and people just willingly getting herd to get chips, herded like cattle, like in a line, just chip after chip, and people gonna willingly do it. But I'm gonna read this, man, because I'm on the highway, and I'm gonna end it here. This is Revelation 13 and 16, and it was just like in the dream. You couldn't buy or sell without it, man. That's the big point right there. You can't buy or sell without it, man. But in Revelation 13 and 16, the classic, it says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hands or in their forehead. Now in the dream, I didn't see nobody with a forehead chip, but everybody had, chips in their hands. It says that no man may buy or sell, say he that had the mark of the number of the beast or the number of his name, man. And people really did buy or sell with their chip, and I thought I was making a joke, and they was really having it, man. It was crazy, and they was looking at me funny for making that joke, like, because they had it already. So, man, I just wanted to get that off my chest, man. I wanted to do it while it was fresh on my mind, because I don't even have dreams. And when I do have a dream, it was that one. And I woke up, I was sweating and stuff. When I woke up, the whole bed was wet. I was like, but that was crazy, and it seemed real. It seemed real, and what I got out of it, man, this is right around the corner. It's gonna be real quick too. Like, we almost here, bro. We almost out of here. Don't take no mark of the beast, man. Don't take no chip, man. With that, I'm gonna end it there. Lord willing, this was edifying. Lord willing, it made sense. I like to say, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Kwam Yasharala Wa Abba Shalom.